off stream I did a recording that was concentrating on fishing and cooking. I think it took me an hour in total to get my cooking and my fishing up. By the time this goes up on YouTube, the video of the cooking and fishing would have been out last Thursday, to save any confusion. So it's just me fishing in Alwyn Forest, doing a bit of cooking, picking up some recipes, then fishing in Stormwind and cooking what we fished up, just to show you guys that the two are best leveled together. We're at the stage now where I need to go and get a cooking book and the fishing book, but the cooking book is in Ashen Vale in a level 18 to 30 area, and the fishing book is in Booty Bay, so that's a level 30 plus area. Okay, so we've done the explanation of my fishing and my cooking, so you guys are up to speed on that. And we're gonna go speak to Elmore really quickly, see what he needs us to do. I'm good, thank you, Dragon. How are you? And we may spend some time in the Dwarven area today, depending on where this quest takes us. But let's speak to Grimmond Elmore. If you've come looking for the finest craftsmanship on this or any other continent in the world, then you've come to the right place. Grimmond Elmore at your service.
Safe travels.
You're here to help with my delivery. Very good.
Be good.
The Stormpikes are a respected Dwarven clan, and are well known for their fine, discerning tastes. So it's no wonder that Gringer Stormpike, a mountaineer of Ironforge, commissioned me to craft him a weapon. The weapon is finished, but Mountaineer Stormpike is far away in the distant Lochmodan, or Lochmodan. If you plan on travelling to the north, can you deliver this package to him? My last message from Mountaineer Stormpike said he's stationed at the Northgard Tower in Lochmodan. Deliver the package from Stormpike to Mountaineer Stormpike in Lochmodan.
Keep your feet on the ground.
So we will accept that. So Lochmodan is up in near Ironforge, so this is the main Dwarven city, and Lochmodan, you can go through either of these passes, and Stormpike is up here. So this area Lochmodan is level 10 to 20. But what we'll do is we won't head to Lochmodan just yet, but we will at some point. We do have the Deep Run Rat Roundup available. But we're going to head back down towards Alwyn Forest. We've got plenty of rested XP. So we're currently in the Dwarven district up here in Ironforge, and you can go through here to get the tram to Ironforge before you've got the flight point. And we will do that at some point. We're in a bit of a sort of impasse, sticky situation with our quests. We have no green ones in the human zone left, so everything was going to be level 10 or above, and we are level 11. So if we want any green quests, we'll have to go to a different zone. But we'll go do our level 10s, and then we may head over to the dwarf area before we head into Westfall, because the quests are around level 12, and they'll be a little bit harder to do. Even with our Voidy Boy, but we do need to get some more soul shards. So we're gonna run back down towards Goldshire and head towards Westfall. There will be some level, I think 11 quests for us to pick up, one of which will be Hogger, which, thank you mage, wherever you are, thank you. That reminds me, let's do our buff. So instead of coming down this way, which we've already done this side of Elwyn Forest, we're heading over to the other side. Now Hogger is normally a kind of group effort. If anyone's around, well, then we will group up if we can. If not, we will try it on our own. But there's also the drop quest, the collector. We haven't been lucky enough to pick up Furrowbarrow's deed. So if you ever see a bunch of the exclamation marks around for the same quest, it's because it's a drop quest. And that just means there's a small chance of it dropping from the mobs in that area. Oh, so there is a level 10, but I don't want us to head into Westfall too early. Just because we will have a hard time. We do have a blue friend. Hey, Queen of Cats. How are you? This is Zang v Hug. I kind of see that in my brain as Zang versus Hugs. Like, he's a mean voidy boy, but he likes hugs. And he's just fighting the urge not to hug everybody. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate. Get in that sip of water. But yeah, I don't know how many names there are for all of the warlock summonables, but they're always randomly generated when you do your first summon. So it's always interesting to see what we'll get. So we're going to go hand in and pick up these quests. I would like to just point out, especially with this sign, a difference they brought in with the Burning Crusade. In Classic, like pure vanilla, no expansion packs, this would not be sparkling and it wouldn't have an exclamation mark above it. But Questy would still show it on the map, so you are still able to find it. Okay, so this is a wanted poster. Excuse me. Wanted hogger. Excuse me, sorry. A huge gnoll hogger is prowling the woods in southwestern Elwyn. He has overpowered all attempts at capture. The Stormwind army has placed a generous bounty on the gnoll. To earn the reward, bounty hunters should bring proof of Hogger's demise to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. Slay the gnoll hogger and bring his huge gnoll claw to Marshal Dugan. And one thing I did notice about this quest, I don't know what version it starts in, but I know in Mists of Pandaria, when you pick up the Hogger quest, you don't actually kill him. You fight him and then guards turn up to apprehend him, which is a little bit of a strange change. Like I can't remember what their reasoning is, but they change little weird things like that throughout the expansions.
Greetings.
Okay. I can't believe the officials in Stormwind sending the bulk of our army abroad when our home front is under so much pressure. With thieves coming from Westfall, gnolls encroaching from the east and west, it's a wonder Stormwind itself isn't besieged.
For the Alliance.
Marshal Dugan sent you, eh? Well, you're not from the army, but if Dugan sent you, then that's good enough for me. Our situation is, to say the least, a stressed one. I hope you can give us a hand.
Be careful.
Gnolls, brutish creatures with no decent business in these lands, have been seen along the borders of Elwyn Forest. A large pack of them, many more than we can handle alone, have infested the woods south of the guard's tower yonder. Another group has infested the area near Stone Carn Lake to the east. The Stormwind army will commend whomever helps kill them. Bring me their painted gnoll armbands as proof of your deed. So we need to collect 8 gnoll armbands for this quest.
Light bless you.
No worries, Dragon. I hope you feel better. So, where these gnolls are, Hogger is also down here somewhere. So, we're going to do our best. If we find anyone that we might be able to group with, I'm just going to zoom out a bit for safety. Then we can group up with them. But we should be okay. Oh yeah, I moved that further. See, our Voidy Boy is much more tanky than our little imp guy. Okay. Hopefully there are some others, because you get to see these big camps. Oh, there's another warlock. Oh, there's a mage over there. Oh, no, that's a priest. It's another area. Oh, that's Hogger. There we go, we were able to group up with someone. A fellow warlock. And there we go. I don't know if he'll want to stay grouped for the armbands. No, he doesn't want to stay grouped, which is fine. We're not going to take on the big groups because we can't do that even with two of us. So we're going to skirt around the edge. We'll be able to get this guy. And I need to remember to get my soul stones as well. So hopefully, yeah, there we go. I think we should be able to get this guy. And we'll just drag him back over here. We finally got our first armband. And then let's grab this guy. Because this is a drop quest, a lot of people don't like grouping up for it because it does reduce your chances of getting the drops. But it does mean that groups are harder to deal with. If it was just a kill quest, it would be a lot easier to group up with people, because you wouldn't necessarily be fighting over any loot in terms of drops. But that is just the way that it is. I would still probably prefer to potentially group up. Rather than do it solo. But that's only because then as a group you could kill these camps much easier and much quicker. Rather than us just skirting around the edge. But a lot of people don't see it that way. Oh, I should get my sword skill up. There we go. We got 3 out of 8. I might be able to grab this guy. Let's just drag him back down here. So where I'm pulling with an instant cast, which is my Curse of Agony, someone could easily pull the mob from me because I haven't damaged it instantly. So if you're doing that, just bear that in mind. That if you don't do an instant damage, the first person to damage the mob does tend to get credit for the kill, and you'll notice that this would go grey rather than being red or any other colour. I think the only other colour it would really be would be yellow. But we just got to bear in mind that we might end up refinding Hogger. Wrong button. But if you're on your own, this quest just might take a little longer. There's no rush. Let's just pull him back this way. I didn't want him to aggro any of the others, since we are running low on some mana. So there's a chance we could pull this one on his own, but there's a high chance, like these two. No worries, Grosso. Happy lurking. They would social aggro. But if we go around this side, we should be able to pull this guy and not risk it. And we'll just drag him down here. Oh, we have... Oh, Jesus, no, please pull 2. We're gonna do a little run away. And just reset them. Obviously, he was just that little too close. And I should use... Hey CS, how are you? So I think the way he ran just ended up aggroing those guys. You're sleeping. Is it nearly bedtime for you? Or is it morning? Oh, this guy is on his own. So let's pull him down here. I'm just going to level up my swords as well. So have one in the afternoon. Have night shifts when you barely slept. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Night shifts can be really rough in terms of kind of forcing yourself to sleep during the day. So the balls we don't have to mind. But we will deal with this bear, because he will aggro on us, and we want to stay safe. agree. I did night shifts at one stage, and they did not agree with me. We're about halfway there with the armbands. Well, there's another. He's respawned. We can grab him. That's 5 out of 8. Oh, there's another guy over here that we can get. Let's deal with the bear first. They won't social aggro because they're different kinds of mobs. But if they were both mobs, then they would. And if you guys have got any questions, feel free to let me know. Alright, so we're going to create ourselves a health stone, which is basically just a little free health potion. Pop that up there. Have we got anything of note in our bags? We've got better gloves, a better cloak, a Stormpike's delivery. Pop the quest items up there. Shield. I will keep that because at some point we will need it. Okay. Oops. Hey Mike, I'm good, thank you. How are you? A lovely spring day there. It's kind of flitting between overcast and sunny. It may rain. This guy we can grab. Just run back this way. Oh, hello. We were lucky enough to pick up the collector quest. So the collector. This note is a schedule with a list of days and times when a person, described only as the collector, will receive a shipment of gold from the mines in Elwyn Forest. From the schedule, it looks as if the collector resides near the Blackwell Pumpkin Patch in eastern Elwyn. This sounds important. You should report it to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. And that we shall. And we're just going to continue around the edge, seeing what knolls we can pick up. Oh, come this way. Come in. There we are. We can probably get this guy. Spring is officially here. Oh, ding, ding, ding. We have dinged. So it's hitting this around your way. Yeah. After stream, I have some editing to do. Did they loot the chest and not take everything? And then my partner is on an early shift. And then we'll probably be playing some World of Warcraft. Although he has been on... Oh, that's Hogger. We don't want Hogger. Even though we could probably take him. We won't. Because we've still got some leveling to do with the priest and shaman. But I also need to do a food shop. So I'll probably do an online food shop. And then edit, play well, have some dinner. What about you, Mike? What are you up to today? So we do have another point. We're going to go into Demonic Embrace so we can increase our stamina. But it does reduce our spirit. But for warlocks, stamina is health, and then health can be turned into mana, which is what spirit does. But if you ever forget what the stats mean, you can hover over them. So if you press C and go into your character, you can hover over each one and they tell you what they do. So we still need one more armband. And then that's not Hogger. Let's grab that guy. And then just as a reminder, there is... Oh. Are you good? Do you need help? Oh. Fair enough. Just one more armband. Here we go, friend's place. Amazing. Essex till Monday. country park. Oh wow. That sounds amazing. I don't know of it. It's all warlocks around this area. Warlocks galore. Let's go grab this guy. And we got our last armband. We'll just kill this guy on the way out, just to be safe. And then we can go hand in. And we also need to see our warlock trainer. Yeah, send some info on Discord, Mike. If you've taken any pictures, feel free to post those as well. I need to start posting in Discord more. But at the moment, I'm not doing too much apart from edit, record, stream, edit, record, stream. I can't believe the officials in Stormwind. Oh, it's the same as before.
Go with honor, friend.
Hail, Lunafell, have you been killing gnolls?
Be careful.
I see you've been busy. You have our thanks. We get some new trousers.
Go with honor, friend.
And then, where do we hand in the others? Back to Goldshire we go. And we can see our trainer in Goldshire as well. No worries, Mike. Enjoy your lunch. The ambience in Elwyn is always so cozy. Hey Kitflex, how are you? Thank you. And we also need to sell a bunch of stuff. Put on our new trousers. That's a quest item. Oh, another game I've just started playing because it allows me to sit back and relax. I've decided to replay Pokemon Let's Go on the Switch. I also want to replay Animal Crossing. But I'm in two minds if I want to record it. Right, wanted Hogger.
For the Alliance.
Yes, Hogger has been a real pain for me and my men. You have something to report about the beast?
Light bless you.
Huh, well done. I was starting to think no one could take down that monster. Here you are, Lunafell, and thanks. That gnoll was giving me a headache the size of Blackrock Spire. So, ooh, we get a staff with stats. We will take it.
Go with honor, friend.
And now this is the collector. What? We haven't had our people working the Elwyn mines for months. Let me see the note you have.
Light bless you.
I've heard of this collector, but I don't know whom he's working for. Thank you for the schedule. It will help us solve this mystery.
Be careful.
If the collector is taking gold from our mines, then he's stealing from the kingdom. Bring the collector to justice, and bring me the ring mentioned in the pickup schedule you gave me. It may tell us whom the collector is working for. That pickup schedule says the collector is hiding out at the Blackwell Pumpkin Patch. You should search for him there. Alright, we're going to be going back to the Blackwell Pumpkin Patch. And we don't really get anything from this quest. We can sell the gloves for 42 copper.
For the Alliance.
And we're going to go and speak to our trainer. But we're going to sell some stuff
Help.
first. And then we want to equip our new staff. And we'll sell our sword.
Light bless you. Greetings.
I am interested in warlock training. Let's see what we get. So we've got Curse of Weakness, rank 2. Health Funnel, rank 1. So it gives 12 health to the caster's pet every 10 seconds as long as the caster channels. And then we've got a new rank of Shadow Bolt. So we'll train all for 16 silver and 20 copper.
For the Alliance.
And then we'll press P and go into our spell book. So we've got Curse of Weakness. Then Health Funnel. Let's... I'm going to put Fear over there. We want Drain Soul first. Heal our pet. There we go. And then Shadow Bolt rank 3. There we go. And then let's see if we've got
Hey there.
any grimoires. We've got Phase Shift. So another difference, unless they've changed it, but I doubt it. In Classic Era, when you're looking at grimoires, it will only show you the ones available for the pet you have summoned. So where this is showing me Phase Shift for the Imp, because I've got the Voidy Boy out, in Classic, Pure Vanilla, it wouldn't show that as necessarily available. And that's it.
Farewell.
Can we learn it? No. So we still need to re-summon our imp, which means we lose a shard, which is fine. We'll get our imp out. Train, Phase Shift. There we go. So Phase Shift shifts the imp out, shifts the imp, making it unattackable unless it attacks. So the imp shouldn't aggro, I don't think, but we will want our Voidy Boy back. Luckily I have spare soul shards. one more level and we can use our new wand. So we need to go back down here for the manhunt and get the collector's ring. Which will hopefully not be too difficult. We've sold everything. We're getting a little bit of linen. So we're just heading down here. I do love the ambience in this game. I will say, as much as the ambience is gorgeous in Elwyn Forest, I think aesthetically my favourite zones are the Night Elf zones. But I will get to show you Ashen Vale, and we may end up in Aubergine. I'm kind of letting the quests guide us where to go rather than doing what I do normally, which is chase the greens, which does mean a lot of zone hopping. There we are here. Let's head in. There is a lot of warlocks online today. We may be lucky that we don't have to fight anybody. If the ring is not on a person. But I think the ring is on a person. Who is it? Oh. Let's deal with that guy. It's not her. It's him. Oops. I want that guy. So we're gonna run out. Get Voidy Boy on it. I'm gonna run to the fence. Call back the Voidy Boy. And there we go, we have lost the other guys. Very nice warlock helping us out there. And that's that. So if you do need to take on a few mobs at a time, but you only want one of them, finding a fence to be able to kind of kite them around, because you can jump over, and the AI for NPCs, mobs and everything, they can't jump. So that is a very good kind of way to kite, or even finding a reset spot. So if you're able to jump onto something and the mob can't follow you, which means they can't attack you, so they'll start evading and then they will de-aggro and you'll be able to reset the fight or just run away if that's what you need to do. But now that we've done that, we can head back. But yeah, I don't think any of the human quest lines send you over to the elf area. I know on the Drene starting zone, because your next kind of zones coincide with some of the elf areas, they do send you over there with some breadcrumb quests. But I don't know if we get that on the human side, because we will get breadcrumbs to obviously go to Westfall that we've had, which is kind of saying, hey, this is your next leveling area. And then from Westfall we'll get breadcrumbs to Redridge, and then it will be to Darkshire, which is the kind of natural progression in this zone. But I will say, if you are a human, after you've done this area, and if you're skinning, the best place after that would be to Albadine, which you'd have to get the boat for. So it'd be a case of getting to the wetlands, getting the boat to Albadine from there, and going, because there's a lot of animals and a lot of animal quests, so you'll be able to level your skinning very easily.
Need help?
Did you find the collector? Did you discover whom he's working for?
Go with honor,
You
friend.
found him? Well done, Lunafell. He won't be collecting from Elwyn Mines again. And this ring you found is interesting. It's a membership ring for the old Stonemasons Guild in Stormwind. Why would a lowly thief have an artisan guild ring? And why are the Defias thieves collecting money from our mines? Difficult questions. I hope one day we'll have answers. And I do know that we will have
For
answers.
the Alliance.
But I will let the law reveal itself in time. Right, let's sell those gloves.
I buy and trade.
So
Be
next,
careful.
we need to report to Grindstout, mate. Where is he? Owen Forest. Where do we need to go now? So we are making our way to Sentinel Hill. We're level 12, which is kind of the cusp of the level that you want to be going into Westfall. Normally I would head to Westfall around 15 to 20. But that's because I chase greens. It's much more chill that way. But part of the reason I chose Warlock for this playthrough is so that we've got a friend, a pet, a summons to help us, because I knew that we wouldn't necessarily be following the green quests. We would mostly be doing yellows and maybe some oranges. But if we die, we die. It's all part of the fun. Also, I've never played a warlock in TBC. I have played a warlock up to, I think, level 35 in Classic. And I'm trying not to, apart from profession guides, I'm trying not to look up, you know, the best talent point tree to go down and things, because I do want to figure it out for myself. But when we get to a higher level, when it becomes a little bit more, we probably should look that up. We will have a look to see what talent points we should have, because then I will also know how I want to play this warlock, because there's a few ways you can play it. So we just gotta figure out our playstyle. Okay, welcome to Westfall. We'll pick up the quests along the way. So,
Hello.
the Forgotten Heirloom. It was horrible. Verna woke me when she heard the ruckus in the fields. The fields were full of hooligans. We left in a rush and I forgot to pack my pocket watch. Verna's pa gave me that watch on our wedding day, and I feel just sick knowing those thieves have it. I left the pocket watch in the wardrobe at the farmhouse. Look for the field of pumpkins to the west. You can't miss it. If you bring it back to me, I'd sure be grateful. We can do that, of course.
Safe travels.
Hello.
And now we'll pick up Westfall Stew.
See you later.
I never thought the day would come when I'd leave the farm, but the fields are overrun with thieves, and it's far too dangerous for us here now. As soon as Farmer Fobro gets the wagon fixed, we'll be on our way. Maybe you could do me a favor. Let me scribble down my recipe for Westfall Stew. Please take it to Saldine over on the farm yonder. The Saldine farm is just beyond the fork in the road. We can do that.
Safe travels.
Poor old Blanchy. Such a tired beast after all the work he put her through. I fed her before we left the farm, but we weren't expecting the wagon to break on us. If you could bring her a few handfuls of oats from the fields, I'd be grateful. I bet you could find some around the farms in Westfall, if you can steer clear of some of those horrific machines that have taken over. There are several farms southwest of here, and we'll get some oats for poor old Blanchy.
Have a good one.
Now the oat quest, normally I leave because it is a pain. See that pouch there? So like I said in Classic, they don't sparkle, so they're really hard to spot. But we can kill some of these guys along the way and start picking up some quests and some items. We'll grab this bag of oats. There's one over by these guys, there's one over there. We need 8. So you want to keep an eye on your 6 and make sure that nothing spawns behind you, because you can get hyper spawns in these areas. Deep into Mordor. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Welcome in. We're just collecting some oats for Blatchy along our way in towards heading to Sentinel Hill. There's definitely a lot of warlocks around. I think he has picked up the majority of the oats in this area. Now you won't get a quest for the coyotes, but there's, I think, when we have the Westfall Stew quest, it's the boars, the buzzards, and something else. Hey Night Raven, how are you doing? Any bags of oats around? Oh, we need to head over to this farm. We'll be running around this area quite a lot. Oops. I'm good, thank you, Night Raven. Super chill. And I think I fixed my microphone issue. Ooh, oats. Now there is a trick with a chicken here. That I think if you do like slash chicken so many times you get a chicken pet, but I can't remember how many times you need to do that. You're doing well, I'm glad.
For the Alliance.
Right, the killing fields. Look at what's happened to this place. These lands were once occupied by good farm folk, but the damned thieves have driven them all off. Not me though. It seems some harvest watchers have taken over the fields. If you're up for the work, I'd like you to go and kill 20 of them. Come back when you're done for your pay. If you finish up with the ones in my field, clear them from neighbouring fields as well. And we get a nice new robe from this quest. I think it's a level 15 quest though.
On it, friend.
Yes, it is. And then let's see, Selma.
What can I do for you?
Westfall Stew. I'm going to miss that Verna Fulbro so much. I don't suppose you happen to see her on your way here.
Safe travels.
That Verna was always such a sweet lass. We'll miss her here in Westfall. But between you and me, she's a city girl at heart, and Stormwind will suit her just fine. But enough gossip. Now we can make Westfall Stew.
Have a good one. Be careful.
The onions are peeled, the garlic is minced, the rosemary is crushed, the crust has been baked, the dill weed is chopped, the gravy is simmering. Now all I need for my famous meat pie are 8 Gortusk livers. So we need to collect 8 Gortusk livers for Salma's pie. Thank you, Deep into Mordor. Thank you.
Safe travels. See you around.
Westfall stew. Help me make some Westfall stew. Come back with the following ingredients: 3 stringy vulture meat, 3 gortusk snouts, 3 murloc eyes, and 3 okra. So all of these can be bought from the auction house, because these collection quests, along with the Red Ridge one, can be an absolute pain in the bum to get. So if you are having trouble, you can get these off the auction house. We will do it the normal way, the old school, grind it out, and hopefully it won't take us too long, because all of these drop normally when you kill these mobs anyway.
Be careful.
So if you can't be bothered, or you don't want to, but you want to do the quest, you can always buy them from the auction house. Oh, these oats have respawned. We'll take those. I would like to do book readings on YouTube, but it's about kind of finding those royalty-free books that aren't ancient, that people actually will enjoy listening to, and that I will also enjoy reading, because that can be tricky. Oh, we only need 1 more bag of oats. I'm hoping, since that one respawned, maybe the second one around here will respawn. Or maybe... Aha, yes. And there we go. We've managed to get all of the oats now for poor old Blanchy. Let's head towards Sentinel Hill, which is just over there. We'll get back on the road because things are slightly higher level the closer to Sentinel Hill you get, and then past Sentinel Hill. Now, some of these quests are chains for the dead mines. So if you do end up chasing greens and you come back to this area, the ones we have currently just picked up are not chains that lead you to the dead mines quests. It's the ones from Sentinel Hill that is the complete Defias chain. And the Defias change, the Brotherhood change, words. The Defias Brotherhood chains are what lead you to the dead mines. Oh my gosh, a 25 stream streak. Thank you so much, Night Raven. Thank you for the support, that really means a lot. That's huge, that's almost a month. It's definitely appreciated you being here that much. Right, a foul corruption has crept into Westfall. While I was upholding my duty on the battlefields of Lordaeron, these honest farms were overrun and made into hideouts for thugs and murderers. The People's Militia needs your help. So report to Grind Stoutmate.
Light bless you.
Oh, Mantle, sorry. I've been calling him Mate. So my friend sent you here. How kind. Well, the Stormwind Monarchy has abandoned our cause. Now it's up to the People's Militia to keep the land free from corruption. If our cause interests you, I can put your combat skills to use in the name of freedom.
Be careful.
The People's Militia has but one goal: to defend the lands of Westfall and return peace to our surroundings. Unfortunately, the price of peace is often blood. One of my scouts has brought word of a band of Defias trappers wreaking havoc nearby. I have reports of Defias trapper sightings near the Jangalode mine to the northwest, as well as the Molson farm and Phobos pumpkin farm. If you seek to join our ranks, slay 15 Defias trappers and 15 Defias smugglers, then return to me. Of course.
Light bless you.
Hey there.
Patrolling Westfall, Stormwind has abandoned us. A foul wind of depravity rustles through the plains of Westfall. This was my homeland, and I will not turn my back on the citizens who choose to remain here. We, the former farmers, shall make our stand. Your task, should you choose to accept, is to patrol the grasslands of Westfall, track down and slay the vile gnolls that seem to be working in conjunction with the Deadmines thieves. Bring me 8 gnoll pools, and I will reward your bravery.
Have a good one.
The gnoll pool quest does not lead into the Deadmines.
How are you? See you around.
A swift message. Although we don't get much aid from Stormwind directly, I do have a contact in the city who helps supply us with armor. His name is Osric Strang. His shop is has limited immunity. Is in the old town of Stormwind. Our supply of armor dwindles, and I must contact Osric for more. Can you take him this note? The fastest way to Stormwind is through Thor, our Griffin Master. He's just down the hill. Bring him my note, and then take a griffin to Stormwind. So this is the breadcrumb. You'll get one in every secondary, well, I suppose this is the third area, kind of. Secondary to tertiary zones is a breadcrumb to flight paths. So most new areas will have a flight path for you to discover. So because I'm human, I already have this Stormwind, the main city flight path. And this is telling me, oh, hey, these flight paths exist. Go speak to him, collect the flight path. They'll always have a green exclamation mark above them if you have not collected it already. That goes for both Classic and TBC.
Have a good one.
And we don't have a quest up top just yet, but there will be one. He's also a shop. And then we'll go pick up this other quest that's over here. And we'll go take our flight path breadcrumb quest. I fixed my mic issue. Yes. Unless I haven't noticed the cutouts.
Well met.
But I think I fixed it. Okay, red leather bandanas. The Defias front is constantly shifting. I've been following their movements for quite some time now. On a side note, I've ascertained that many members of the gang can be tracked by the red leather bandanas they wear. Bring me 15 of these bandanas and I'll see to it you are rewarded.
Be careful.
I can't remember if this does lead to the Deadmines because there is a bandana quest for the Deadmines as well. Now in this area, if you need to repair your armor, there is the trade supplies, the bowyer, And then you've got a baker over there if you need any food. So you've got a griffin master. Griffins are the human... Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And in the elf area you have hippogriffs.
Hey there.
So a swift message. Where are you going? Well, if you're looking to get there quickly, then look no further. A swift message. You look like you're in a hurry. Well, you came to the right place.
Have a good one.
Sorry, I'm a little burpy today. I do apologize. You have to get this note to Stormwind. That's not a problem. You can take one of my griffins.
See you around.
For a small fee, you can take a griffin to Stormwind so you can deliver Lewis's note to Ulsric. You won't get there faster any other way. If that sounds acceptable, then just speak to me again when you're ready to ride. I'll charge you a little, but trust me, it's worth it.
Safe travel.
So we just need to
Good day to you.
right click on him again. I need a ride. And this is the Leatrix like enhanced flight paths. Normally it's smaller. So this is one of the other things that Leatrix can do for you. So I have Leatrix maps and the Leatrix Plus add-ons, and they're enhanced versions of the map, the flight points, the quest log, and the professions. Is super handy. I honestly recommend it. Again, it's not necessary, but it's super useful. So as we get more and more flight points, you'll see these little boots with wings, which are a nod to, I think it's Hermes from mythology. And there'll be more and more all over the map. So we'll get one down here for Booty Bay, one midway, the midway point or the top of Booty Bay is added in TBC. You won't have that in Classic. And then you'll have like Red Ridge, Duskwood, Ironforge will be up here. And you'll see as we progress, we'll gain more and more going up the map with difficulty. So let's fly to Stormwind.
See you.
And it costs us 95 copper. And because we used a soul shard this play session to summon our Voidwalker, we did get it back, so we can summon him again. If you did not do that in this current play session, so you've logged off or it's been 6 hours, say, you won't necessarily get your soul shard back. But they're not exactly hard to get, you just gotta remember to keep getting them. Thank you so much for the follow, welcome in. I hope you're good. We are just taking our first flight path, heading towards Stormwind City. The second one we'll probably get will be either Ironforge. We could do that run sooner rather than later just to grab the flight point. But we'll be heading that way anyway around level 15 because we do have the quest to go to Loch Modan and we'll have to make the run there. So quest wise, the next one we'll probably unlock is Red Ridge and then Duskwood. So this is the Flight Master for Stormwind. And we'll just come down and we've got to go to Old Town to hand in this quest. So the Flight Master, so the bank's over here. This is like the town square, I guess. The auction house, and then the main entrance is just the other side and heads out. If you wanted a bit of context for where we were. We are nearly out of rested XP, so that means that it will take us a little longer to reach level 13, I believe, because we did hit level 12 earlier. There we are. Into here. Here is Ulsric.
Can I help you?
Continue to Stormwind. You've been travelling, eh? Have you been anywhere interesting?
See you around.
Ah, a note from the Quartermaster Lewis. I'm not surprised he needs more gear. Sentinel Hill is far away, in a land Stormwind has all but forgotten. Well, thank you, Lunafell. Here is some money to cover your travel costs.
See you later.
Lunafell, I gathered into this crate everything Lewis asked for. Can you take it to him? If you've already spoken to Thor in Westfall, then you can take the griffin back to him. Dungar Longdrink is our griffin master over in the trade district. Speak with Dungar, then get this crate to Lewis as fast as you can. We don't want our fighting men and women in Westfall to go without fresh equipment. So again, this is just, hey, here's the flight points, and this is how they work. And if you ever get lost in a main city, you can speak to the majority of guards around to find what you need. So if you don't have Questy, or to be fair, the Burning Crusade does have built-in tracking system, so you can choose what to track directly in the game. You can just ask a guard,
Light be with you.
and you can ask them where anything is, and then they will ping it on your map for you, and it'll stay on there until you get near enough to it.
What can I do for you?
Okay.
For the Alliance.
Is this sweat on your brow, man? You've been running too much. Next time, take a griffin.
Be careful.
A crate for Westfall, eh? Have you been to Westfall before? If so, then it's no problem, my friend. I have plenty of griffins trained to fly that route.
For the Alliance.
The Griffin Master in Westfall is Thor. If you have spoken to him before, then you can take one of my griffins to him. There's a good lesson to know. Griffins are always trained to fly to their capital city, but they'll only take you to a remote Griffin Master after you've already been there. You've already been to Thor, so just speak with me again, then you're ready to take the Griffin to Westfall. Once there, you can deliver Ulsric's crate to Quartermaster Lewis.
Light bless you. King's honor, friend.
There we go, we'll head back to Westfall. And I need a drink. It's really nice taking flight paths because you can actually look around and see some things you wouldn't necessarily see while walking certain paths. This is where we were killing Hogger earlier. You'll end up spending quite a lot of time in Westfall. And because we're not going to do Stormpike's delivery with your quests, you can just collapse them if you're not doing those currently, so you don't have to see a huge list. And there we go, we've landed back. I have some throat vocals. Oh, we got the Elixir buff. So, for anyone that doesn't know, the Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer is a very good buff. It increases melee ranged and spell critical strike rating and grants additional melee attack power 100 for 120 minutes, so for 2 hours. Now this buff comes in when someone hands in a Nixia's sort of quest. I think it's along the achievement quest line for the Nixia raid, which you wouldn't do until level 60, and you've done all of this giant quest chain that involves Blackrock Depths and these other dungeons, and then as kind of a reward for doing that, it sends out a huge buff only in Stormwind. So that's kind of a reason I have the Nova add-on. So it's not so important on this character because I'm not in a guild or doing any of the quest change to become attuned to raids, which we will get into much further down the line. But on my other characters, if I'm in an area where a world buff is going to go out, it will announce it to the guildies in the guild chat, so you can see what layer you're on. So if people want to come to your layer to get that buff, you can invite them over, and it's kind of more so for raiding than it is leveling. It's nice to catch the buffs though.
What can I do for you?
Okay.
Safe travels.
You're back from Stormwind. Did Osric send the armor?
See you around.
Great, you bought the armor. We'll get this delivered to those who need it immediately. Thank you, Lunafell. Your efforts have been a great help to us. And now that you're no stranger to griffins, I hope you'll come and lend your aid to Sentinel Hill often. And that we will.
Have a good one. Looking
But
for
you can
something
sell
specific?
stuff to this guy. It's kind of just general not repairs, bits and bobs. Arrows if you're a hunter, throwing knives for rogues, and
See
all
you
of
later.
that magical jazz. Let's summon back our Voidy Boy, and we can start questing. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're good. Sorry, I'm very burpy today. I'm trying to keep them quiet. But, so our lowest level is 12. So we can kind of just, I'm going to run back this way and kind of head down to come back around. Oops. That's hops. Oh yeah, we did that. We should hand that in. And they're just things we can sell. But let's go hand in those oats so poor old Blanchy can eat. And along the way, if we see any boars or things that are alive, stay away from these guys. They're mean and they hurt, and they are level 19. And they don't drop anything, so they're not worth killing. Oops. Let's level it up. There we go. There's I'm going to level up our staves a little bit. Even though we won't use our weapon that much because we are a caster, it's good to keep your weapon skill level somewhat relevant and as high as you can, just in case. We won't go back there, we'll keep travelling this way, avoiding the dust devil because they are mean, they are too high level, and they don't drop anything. Or I've not had one drop anything yet. But we do want the buzzard. And we've got our first stringy vulture meat. The harvest watches we will kind of put off for a little bit just because it is quite high for us at the moment. Got a bit of a frog in my throat. Oops. Okay, let's keep heading this way. So you kind of just want to work your way down the list. Oh, thank you. People are very kind. As a warlock, we don't get a buff until much later that we can give to other people. We can only buff ourselves. And some classes, well, the majority of classes actually, have buffs they can give to everybody. So I'm very grateful when we get given buffs from other people. But at some point we will get underwater breathing, which is a buff we can give to anybody, which is very useful.
How are you?
Poor old Blanchy is on her last leg. Did you happen to find any oats for her?
See you around.
Thank you so much, Lunafell. Poor old Blanchy will be so happy. And we get old Blanchy's blanket and a 8-slot bag.
Safe travels.
Now I believe in classic correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a 4-slot bag. I don't think it's an 8-slot. Pop that up there. We can move some things around. Let's pop that up there. So that's a quest item. That's a quest item. We can sell that. We can sell that and that. We can cook with the small eggs and the bull meat, but we don't need to. Hey, Laurie, so, oh my god, my words. I'm tripping over my words. Laurie, how are you doing? I'm tripping over my words today. We're going to sell that one as well. That is used in engineering and a quest. So you can also sell these on the auction house if you want to. You're good, I'm glad. But if you haven't leveled your cooking at this point, you can use the bull meat and the eggs to do that. And these light feathers are good to keep hold of and sell on the auction house, because priests and mages use them as a regent for casting certain spells. So for mages it's slow fall, and for priests it's levitate. So if we can get a stack or even half a stack, they're good to sell on the auction house. What are we looking for around here? The oak grass. That's from these guys. I will still end up pulling aggro from my woody boy. He hasn't got his rank 2 taunt yet. So things will come slap us around a little bit. Alright, let's keep killing these guys. So just again as an additional reminder, there's no stream this Friday because I have doctor's appointments that I need to go to, but we will be back on Monday. And we've got our 3 okra. Lovely. So then we need the bandanas. So you can do some low level knolls here as well. So again with things, the further down this way you come, the higher level things are. So like the Dead Mines is a level 17 to 26 dungeon. So the mobs and the quests around this area will be around that kind of level 15 to 20 vibe. So preferably we kind of want to stay in this upper half of Westfall, at least at our current level. And as we get higher, we can venture down and we'll get other quests that will send us down into this area. But there are some knolls over here. There's some balls that we can get their bits from. And there we go. We've managed managed to get a liver. Let's grab ourselves a gnoll, and again, the gnolls often are in packs. So if you're on your own, which because this is a drop quest, you're more than likely going to be on your own unless you are playing with a friend. Because people don't like to group the drop quests. I personally don't mind. It makes life easier and questing more chill. But that's me. Not everyone will want to group up. But again, remember there is social aggro. We should, I think, be able to pull this guy without any of the others. So you will slowly learn like how close mobs need to be to each other and what is likely to be a social pull. But you'll make mistakes along the way, and don't ever feel bad about that. Doesn't matter if you die or you have to run away. It's no stress. Oh, this guy is ranged. We're going to end up aggroing the other guy. Right, let's send him after that guy. I'm going to try and do this other guy by myself. Which, he killed his guy before I killed my guy. Rude. He's showing me up. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're good. We got our first pull. Hey Matty, how are you? So on my own, we can take 2. But these will probably aggro in packs of 3. And unless we had at least one other person with us, that's not going to go very well. Well, that's fine. We can just pick off little dudes. Are you going for the buzzard? You can have him. I don't mind. People can get very territorial sometimes. And the murlocs are down here. Again, you want to be careful with murlocs because hyperspawns and again social aggro. Wait, we just discipline boots. Pants. We got pants. We got pants. Oh, they are some good pants. Let's pop those on. That's our first pair of green pants. Slash trousers. Let's put the pulls up there. Oops. I'm so in the habit of pressing escape to close bags and stuff, because in Classic you can do that. But for some reason, as soon as TBC released, pressing escape didn't really do that anymore. Hearing the music takes you right back to when you first crossed into the Barrens on your Troll Mage. Wow. That's amazing. I'll be doing a Horde playthrough as well. I only started on the Alliance side because it is the side I do know more, so I can more comfortably kind of talk us through the process. But I do plan on doing a whole playthrough as well, because the Horde is just, you know, so much more I don't know the word for it, but if you know what I mean, you'll understand. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I'm just pulling these murlocs back because anything humanoid likes to run away in fear. Oh, God, open there. What's hidden? What is? Oh, God. Oh, it's not going to let me approve that. I can see what you said. I'm sorry that got held for using private. Why is ugly blocked? Yeah, Horde is not the most aesthetic in terms of races or areas. But like when they do the scream for the Horde, that is so much more impactful than the Alliance, and I love the Horde's vibe for that. I'm sorry that got by Automod. Automod is being touchy today. Where are you running to? Bro. Okay. Now he's coming back. Murlocs are weird. That's very true. Because like I've always found, like in all the cinematics and everything, the Alliance is so wimpy. Like for me, I love the night elf aesthetic, and it's great when they brought in the blood elves. Although I hate their wand casting animation and their like thrown weapon animation. They're both the same because it looks like they're about to fall over, and I think it looks stupid. Oh, we've got our Murloc eyes. We can stop killing Murlocs now. That's my only gripe with the Blood Elves when they brought those in TBC, is that casting animation is garbage. Like otherwise, they finally, brought that aesthetic to the Horde. But I also really love the undead starting zone. Like Brill is such a vibe, and I really like the Undercity. Yeah, their zones are stunning, like that eternal autumnal vibe. Oh, love it. I absolutely adore that vibe. I think the only thing that stops me kind of maining Horde is it is aesthetic. And apart from the undead in Classic, and then also the Blood Elves in TBC, I can't make a hot character. And I need my characters to be hot. Do you get what I mean? I need to enjoy what I'm looking at. Horde is very... Yeah, definitely. It's very caveman coded. Right. Because my partner is on an early shift today, I am gonna have to end the stream on time, because he will be home soon, and it will not be quiet anymore. It won't be quiet. So I'm just going to half back to Stormwind, and we're going to sell up.
Looking for something specific?
junk bits that we have. I want to do some tailoring, but we don't really have enough linen. And because we've done our cooking and stuff, we don't need these things. I'll keep hold of the oil, because it does say it's for a quest. That's a quest. We'll keep those. Sell that, and we keep the rest. Our backspace is getting bad. Real bad.